Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How are we doing? Russ here from Porky's Corner. I always grab my ball here because it helps me think. Right. I think that looking at all the content that's out there at the moment, a lot of people are just going around in circles, aren't they? And I've had a good look at it this morning. I think that something different needs to happen. Needs to happen, in my opinion. That's what I think. I don't think that we need to be going around in circles like everybody else. So the title for this video is going to be called Gimmicks in Boxing. Do you feel that there's too many gimmicks in the sport of boxing? And what is a gimmick? I've jotted a few things down here, a little list. I think that there's too much emphasis put on social media and not enough on talent, because there's a lot of talented boxers in the sport of boxing. They're not getting a look in, are they? Somebody's got to speak up for you, or you've got to speak up. You've got to speak up for yourself. Now, here's just a few. I'm just going to give you a few here and let me know what you think. Freddie Flintoff were trained by Barry McGuigan and Shane McGuigan. And Frank Warren, I believe, were involved with that show. And he had one fight as a pro. He was a world-class all-rounder, cricketer, fast bowler, mid-loader batsman. He weren't Ian Bogan, but it's best we've had since him as an all-rounder. And he was a gimmick in my eyes, but he never made a living out of it. He just did it for one fight, didn't he? Now, the ones making a living out of it, do we rate them? Well, here's my top 5 gimmicks in the sport of boxing. Campbell Hatton. If he's not a gimmick, is he going to win a world title? No. Does he win a British title? European? Commonwealth? No. Does he win an area belt? English? No. No, he doesn't, unless he gets lucky. Does he win a trinket belt? Maybe. Maybe might be able to buy him a trinket belt. But if you say anything like this, you see, I've mentioned it now, haven't I? Right? Where all that stink is coming from? If you say anything, you're a hater, Porky, you're a hater. So I'm a hater for mentioning it, but I think there's a lot more people more deserving than Campbell Hatton. This is my opinion. And it's what trainers, boxers, managers up and down the country, well, certainly around here, think, I'm not going to say a word, are they? Why will they not say a word? Because they want to work with these people, don't they? Whereas me, I'm not bothered, am I? So in my opinion, Campbell Hatton is a gimmick. He got punched upside down in his last fight. It was embarrassing. It made England look like the new Germany for officials and scoring and things like that. It was really, really poor. Now, the second one on my list is Conor Benn. Now, he's not got an area belt, not an English, not a British, not a Commonwealth, not a European, but yet he's world ranked. Now, over 2 years ago, he was ranked number 6 by WBA. And there was such a hula hoop or hurrah, should I say, about it, that they took him out at rankings. But I think he's back in now, isn't he? Point I want to make is, it's not his fault that he's born into money and that his dad was a world-class fighter. His dad's got 7 wins over world champions, his dad, same as Hagler, same as Hearns, massive puncher, 2-weight world champion. tip my hat to his old man. But Conor Benn isn't his old man, is he? So he's got a lot to prove, hasn't he? Is the jury still out on him? No, I don't even think we've got to the stage where the jury's out on him, because he's not doing it properly. He's got his mouthpiece, Eddie Hearn, running around saying he's a superstar. A superstar on the strength of what? Because he's had an upgrade on his steering wheel on his car. What? What's that about? When you get a car wrapped these days, or eat a car with heated seats, and all of a sudden you're a superstar. What's Conor Benn's body of work? There ain't one, is there? So how can we say he's a world-class superstar and world level and all this? It's rubbish. I'm old-fashioned, me. I like people to go the traditional route. But Conor Benn has achieved nothing in the sport of boxing yet. But there's a lot of hype around him, and he likes to play the part and get himself out there on social media, even doing a YouTube channel, even eating off the same plate as me. Unbelievable, isn't it? Talk about image control and all that. So will Conor Benn win a world title? No. Will he win a regular? Might be able to upgrade him and fluke him one, but no, he don't. Does he beat David Ivanishyn? No, but he might be waiting until he's 40 before he fights him. Is that a good fight? You bet it is. If Josh Kelly can take that fight, why can't Conor Benn? What about McKinson, Jenkins, Conger, all them boys at welterweight? Why didn't you fight Anthony Tomlinson at Sheffield when he had the opportunity? Hey, why? Why didn't you do that? Hey, he didn't want to fight Anthony, did he? So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. What's happening with this 4K camera, but it keeps going misty. So it's going to be interesting, but he has to be given credit, because I've heard he's an hard trainer and he's putting the time in, so that's good, isn't it? But I don't want to hear people like Ozzie Smith going on about most improved and all this and all that. But what has he won? You mind putting him in with old men, shot fighters? What has he won? I'm not bothered about paychecks. What has he won? What's his body of work? That's his body of work, 0. The third one, Christopher Eubank Jr. Some people seem to think I'm a thespian, but I'm not. Right. Chris Eubank Jr. Has he won a world title yet? Do we count IBO? Yeah, I count the IBO as a world title. You don't do mandatories though. That's why Ring Magazine won't give it the full kudos. But who did he beat for them fights? Nobody in particular. Is he a gimmick? Well, he's made a lot of money outside of boxing on the back of his dad's name. His dad's still making a living doing what, I don't know. But he's not going to go get a job, is he? He's old man. So I don't know. Am I being harsh on Chris Eubank? Maybe he's maybe best fighter out of all these gimmicks here, talent-wise. But at the end of the day, he's a gimmick, isn't he? He had an opportunity to fight Golovkin. He didn't take it, did he? We left a little Kell Brook up here who took it. And big respect to Kell Brook for taking that fight. Big respect. But Chris Eubank Jr. for me is a gimmick. That's it. He's a gimmick. Number 4 on the list. Oh, before I finish, does Chris Eubank Jr., does he beat Golovkin, Canelo, any of them people? Danny Jacobs? No. Does he beat Liam Williams? I think Liam Williams takes him to school. I do. I think it's a great fight. I'm looking forward to it. It's probably fight of the year, in my opinion, coming up. So does Chris Eubank Jr. win a world title? A full world title? No. He's there or thereabouts. He's in the mix. Tommy Thumbles, is it? Tommy Fury. Has Tommy Fury won a belt yet? No. Is he a novice? Yes. Is he a gimmick? Well, yeah, because he's getting in there with Jake Paul, isn't he? So that's a gimmick to me. That's a gimmick. That's not the guy that I put that little clip down on my videos a couple of weeks back that said he was going to win world titles and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And it's for him, it's not about it's not about money and nightclubs and all that. And then what did we do? Put a video of him in a nightclub with his top off. But no, is Tommy Fury a nice kid? You bet he's a nice kid. He's probably the best one out of a lot of that lot. Does he win a world title? No. Does he win a European? No. Commonwealth and British? No. Does he win an area belt or an English belt? No, he don't. Go and look at the guys in the rankings for the area belt and the English to tear him apart. So what's his best thing he can do? He can be steered into a money fight off back of his brother's popularity and his dad having all platforms. So has he been guided right? Yeah, I think his dad's said, look, you're not going to win a world title, Tommy. Let's get you a few quid and get out of the job. So, and I think he's been advised correctly by his dad. I say that through gritted teeth. I'm not a big fan of his dad, but it looks like his dad's watching out for him. They're going to get him in money fights. Tyson's going to work the corner because his dad can't go out there. And he'll get a few quid out of the job. But is he a gimmick? Yeah, it's a gimmick, isn't it? He's not going to win a world title, but I don't want to hear him coming out saying, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, but not, and then go fight Jake Paul. I don't want to hear that because it's paying lip service to boxing fans. And that's what my job is here. I'm very critical. I'm a critic in boxing. I say the things that nobody dare say. People don't even dream about saying the things I say. But without me, there ain't going to be any balance, is there? That's all you're going to get are people, hula hooping people. That's all you're going to get, hula hoopers. So Tommy Fury is a gimmick, but we wish him well because he's a nice kid. And it's not his fault. He's not good enough to win a belt. So he might as well get some dough out of the job. Well, good luck to him, but it's still a gimmick. Number 5, female. There's loads of female ones, but I could be here all day. 2 out of 2 today now. Ebony Bridges. Ebony Bridges fought for a world title ranked number 9 with WBA. The girl who she were fighting for the world title with was number 8. It were a vacant belt. Let me just repeat that again. Number 8 and number 9 fought for the vacant title, which has never ever happened. Never ever happened in the sport of boxing with the WBA. And I think it's never happened with any other governing body. So how can the number 8 and the number 9 fight for the vacant belt? What about number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? What about all them fighting for it? Why not? So how come number 8 and number 9 fought for the belt? What's going on? Right. And everybody put their heads down, didn't they? All the YouTubers we access. Nobody mentioned anything, did they? None of the big hitters mentioned a word about it. None of the media. Did Gareth A. Davis say a word? No, he did not. Did you, Gaza? The Gad never said a word. Quite rightly so, because they'll lose their press pass, won't they? But how can a number 8 and number 9 fight for the belt? Shannon Courtney beat her. The best girl won on the night. But is Ebony Bridges a gimmick? Well, yeah, you're parading around in your underwear, sweetheart, with a pair of false whatevers sticking out. What's all that about? What is all that about? It's not a modelling shoot, is it? It's a boxing fight. And is Ebony Bridges a gimmick? Yeah. All these men lusting after her and sending her all these daft tweets and this and that and encouraging her. It's just making the sport of boxing just turn into a circus, isn't it? A bit like this Tommy Fury thing. I mean, who's giving these people licenses? Why can't they just fight on a white collar? Because that's white collar, that. Once you make that crossover to boxing, it's very dangerous because there's other people that deserve the opportunities, but they're not getting them, are they? So is Ebony Bridges a gimmick? Yeah. Are all of them gimmicks? Atten, Ben, Eubank, Tommy Fury, Ebony Bridges, a lot of them are gimmicks, but they're 5 gimmicks there. There's another 50 in the sport of boxing, and they're coming through and they're creeping through all the time. And what happens is, if you align yourself to a certain person who's got the ear of certain people, you've got a chance. So if you want to get to Eddie Hearn, you've got to get to people that are managing fighters that know him or know IFL. That's the way to do it. I saw this years ago. People are thinking it's just been invented now. No, we're seeing people on IFL who don't get the time of day on other channels, but it's because they're friends with so-and-so and so-and-so. Is that right? I don't know. You're going to work your ticket, aren't you? But I want to see people turning over. I want to see people who've had a handful of fights, like Dempsey Wade. I want to see them on IFL getting a bit of kudos. I want to see Josh Whale. Apparently, he's going to have one more fight. I want to see him getting a farewell on IFL. It's not going to happen, is it? Why ain't it going to happen? Because these people are not hula hoopers, are they? Like the rest of them. They're not going to kiss ass. And this is where boxing lets itself down, in my opinion. And all these people trying to make names for themselves on social media who've got a boxing license, they're becoming more involved with making a name for themselves on social media than actually doing some training and learning the craft. Do you know what I mean? So that's just what I think anyway. And I think it's having a knock-on effect with the sport of boxing. That's why I've got a bee in my bonnet. And I'm going to continue to keep banging on about it, banging on about it, and banging on about it until somebody does something. But nobody seems to be doing anything, do they, about it? So, because who's going to stop me doing this channel? Nobody. So we're going to keep banging on about it until we get change in the sport of boxing, because it's going down the pan in front of our eyes. All right, it's heartbreaking. Okay, so peace out. Keep on trucking. Keep supporting boxing. Don't have nightmares. All right, don't have nightmares. All right, peace out.